Hello everyone. This is my first time that I show you my shogi study, and when it comes to Anaguma, I know people have their own ways to tackle this strategy, and I myself used to study Fuji's system, but that wasn't for me. And instead, I want to introduce you guys to this one, and this is my favorite, and I love to use it all the time. So let's begin. So this is the first step for your rook, because first you want to invite him to play pawn 8-5, because as it said, it's about opposing rook, and it doesn't work when his pawn stays over here. So first you need him to play pawn a5, and most of the time your opponents will play pawn a5 because you will be able to shape ideal shape of Ishida style otherwise, right? And this pawn push is really important too. It's gonna be safer in the end for sure. Now he's indicating he's going for Anaguma, and this is a turning point. This move is really important, and it's going to be hard for him to shape Anaguma castle. And this pawn push. It takes only a few moves until a battle begins, and it's really quick, right? And it's going to be really exciting. Here, he got several options over here, and for example, if he plays silver 4-4, believe it or not, the game is already over because of this amazing promotion. And if he takes the rook, you can take the goal, and it's already hard for him to defend, as you can see. And going back to over here, and if he plays something like this, then you can move your left gold like this. In case rook exchange happens, you have to defend it. And if he goes for this move, then again you can promote your bishop. He will take your rook, but then you can take the gold. If both players keep going, here his Anaguma castle is already gone, and it's going to be good for you, obviously. And right here, if he plays, for example, pawn a5, you can calmly withdraw your bishop right here, and he can play silver 2-2, which is very possible. And then you can play knight 7-7 to win this pawn, and there is already no way to protect this pawn, and he's going to lose it. So this is clearly good for you. So even if he plays pawn 8-6, you can calmly drop a pawn on 8-5. And right here, this pawn 7-4 is possible, and if you play this, he can play that, but then you can attack on 7-4, and he can protect it, but you can capture the pawn, and if he recaptures, then knight 8-5. You can break through this 8-5, and there is no way to stop it from happening. So this is clearly good for you as well. And what if he plays pawn knight 4 instead? You can still play knight 7/7, then this will happen, then pawn push on the edge. If he plays a rook 8/4, then you can take the pawn. If rook exchange happens, that's gonna be good for you, obviously, right? Because, for example, this gold is floating, his castle is immature, and if he take this knight by the knight, then you can drop pawn on 8/6 to capture the knight, so you can get your knight back soon. So it's not going to be a problem. So this is good for you too. Okay, so going back to all the way to this position right here. What if he plays pawn 6/4 to block your bishop? Then you can play again gold 7/8. Actually, he can play right here in many ways, but for example, he can play pawn 7/4 to prepare for your knight jump. Then you can withdraw your bishop to offer a rook exchange. So of course, he can accept it, so he can drop a pawn, for example, right here. Then you can offer bishop exchange this time. If he accepts it, knight recaptures. Next, rook 8/5 is really powerful because he's not ready for the rook exchange yet, but his castle is really weak, and you can also take this pawn next, so there is no way for him to prevent everything from happening, so it's really hard for him already. So for example, if he plays knight 7/3, you can capture the pawn, and he can move this gold right here, then you can attack on 7/4 again. Like I said, he can play just rook 8/4 because you can capture the pawn and he recapture, then again knight 8/5 will happen. What if he refuses to exchange the bishop, for example, like this? Then you can take the pawn, and if he recaptures, pawn drop. Obviously, he can't take this one, right? So he can play silver 5/3. Then bishop 6/6 is amazing. Maybe a pawn drop on 8/4 would be your next move to take this pawn. But if he plays silver 2/2, you can also play knight 7/7. This will be better because you can save your pawn, right? And if he plays knight 7/3, then you can attack the same spot. This tactic is really frequent and helpful, so you should remember. Okay, all the way going back to right here. Right here, he can also play silver 7/3, but then you can calmly push the pawn right here. Next move is going to be obviously pawn 4/5, right, to offer the bishop exchange again because there are so many empty space in his camp. So if bishop exchange happens, it's gonna be good for you. Okay, now we are back to this position, and in the previous line, he played lance 1-2, but it's possible that he prepares for the battle by playing gold 5-2 first instead. But then you can overtake this vanguard position in case you have a chance to attack this edge, and it's really important because you are playing against Anaguma castle, and always it's gonna be one of the weakest point for the Anaguma castle. So if you ever have a chance, you have to take this position. Then he can play lance 1-2, then again rook 8-8, and as soon as he plays king 1-1, it's time to play pawn 8-6. But of course he can play other ways like this. So let's see how you should react to these moves. So if he plays pawn 6-4 before king 1-1, for example, you can rearrange your rook right here to focus on the 6th file this time instead. Then for example, if he play gold 3-2, it's going to be like this, and now you are attacking. Now you are about to attack a 3-4 and 6-5, and so it looks like his Anaguma castle is not ready for a battle yet because it's very fragile, but your castle is better, and next pawn push on 6-5, it's going to be strong, so yeah, it's going to be better for you. So if he plays pawn 6-4 before you play gold 7-8, it's going to be too soon, and it's going to be better for you to play. So pawn 7-4 first would be better for him, because this time if you play rook 6-8, he can play knight 7-3 to defend this square. Then you can play gold 7-8 as planned, and pawn 6-4. Then you can start attacking right here. So if he plays pawn 8-5, 6-8 square is going to be your bishop stop, because you need to keep this square open for this knight jump to attack this pawn. So most of the time this is the right move for you, and this time you took this vanguard position, right? And if you play bishop 6-8, you can attack this edge right here in the future. So this move has multiple purposes. Now playing really careful before he plays king 1-1, but then this pawn drop is awesome. If he takes it, then knight jump. If he recaptures by the knight, you can drop the pawn, obviously, right? But if he takes that knight by the rook, then you can exchange rooks, then you can drop your rook first. So he can prevent your pawn promotion, but then this forking is strong. So right here. So if he takes this pawn, it's already going to be better for you. So as I said, he can accept the rook exchange, but then if he takes it by the knight, this bishop is great, and he has to play rook a3 to prevent bishop promotion right here, then pawn drop. He chases your bishop, but then he has to protect this square, then again this knight drop. This is one of the many lines, but like others, this is good for you. And going back to all the way right here. Right here he can also play king 1-1, but then again, like the previous line, you can offer a rook exchange, and if he refuses, then again you can offer bishop exchange. So like, but here if he takes the pawn, you can exchange bishop, he recaptures, then this is where you attack this edge. Pawn 1-4, he will take it, but then pawn drop, and he has to take it, and this bishop drop is awesome, right? This is clearly good for you, and this is the result of taking this Bengal position. And what if he played pawn 5-5 instead? Then still you can go for bishop exchange. Obviously it's going to be good for you. If he takes it, bishop exchange happens, then before anything big happens, you can take the pawn in order to prevent him from making a promoted pawn right here. Then he can drop this bishop, but then this bishop drop is going to be stronger. If he protects this knight, then pawn drop. If he takes this pawn, then you can take this pawn, and it's hard for him to prevent this bishop from promoting. And if he plays the silver 6-2, for example, you can play pawn 6-4 instead of bishop 6-4, because next pawn promotion will be more awesome and stronger. And if he plays knight 7-3, then you can play knight 7-7 to use any remaining pieces effectively. And if you able to use your left knight effectively, it's the situation is going to be good. And this bishop promotion will be possible. Then you can jump this knight. Like I said, this if this diagonal is open, you can promote this pawn, right? It's going to be really good. So he actually can't take this, so this is already good for you. I almost forgot to show you this move, and in this position, it's also possible for him to play silver 4-4, because as we discovered, bishop exchange is gonna be bad for him, right? So he has to stop it. But then you can calmly take this pawn, and for example, if he plays like this, again, this square is going to be always the weakest point for him. And in this position, it's already hard for him to defend. If he plays like this, the bishop knight knight 5, excuse me, then you can promote your bishop and the rook 8-5. Even if he promotes this pawn, you can calmly play silver 6-6 to attack this knight. And even if he can promote the pawn right here, the material balance is it's gonna be good for you, as you can see. And his rook is inactive, his bishop is inactive too. Then next silver 6-5 or rook promotion is going to be great, and this gold is floating, and his Anaguma castle is really fragile, so it's clearly good for you. Alright, we also need to talk about when he goes straight for Anaguma without pawn push right here. So if he wants to go straight for the Anaguma castle, this bishop 3-3 is likely to happen. Of course, you can push the pawn on the edge, lance 1-2, and rook 8-8. If he plays king 1-1, before the pawn exchange, you have to play gold 7-8. Then this time you can offer bishop exchange first. If he refuses, then you can build a quick castle right here. And if he plays gold 3-1, then you can offer pawn exchange. Then again, this bishop 6-6 will be great. And next knight 8-5 will be awesome. Going back to this place, if he accepts bishop exchange, you can take that by the knight, and it's going to be a little bit interesting. So if you exchange bishop, you need to be careful not to create empty space for him to drop his bishop on. And it's looking like you're playing rook handicap games, right? Because your structure is similar. And this gold 6/8 is interesting. You will know why you have to do this right here. As you can see, he's running out of his option, and this pawn push right here will be one of the few options for him to play, but you can simply take it. If he recaptures, you can play Rook 5/9. This is the effect of gold 6/8. And let's going back to this position right here. If he plays pawn 4/4, for example, then you can play pawns for 6, and right here. I know I said I was going to talk about opposing rook, but in this case, you can play, for example, rook 2/9 next to attack this king's head right here, because it's going to be one of the weakest position in this situation, and you don't have to always deal with his rook right here. So flexibility is really important for you too. Okay, that's gonna be all for this video. I know this is classic, but this is newly classic because not everyone today uses this strategy against Anaguma, but it amazingly still works, and it's incredible. And if you are used to this strategy and finally become an expert, you will be no longer afraid of Anaguma, and it's going to be the biggest secret strategy for you. And if something comes up, I will bring you up to speed. And until then, keep going and keep practice, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.